Hello everyone, so today the video is gonna be a bit different. This video firstly is gonna be completely unscripted, nothing, it's me talking for the first time, everything I'm saying, except the intro, which of course being me, I haven't learned it at all, so I'm gonna look at the computer slightly and tell you what it's all about. So, firstly what I want to say, this is the first video of a series that I will call Figure It Out. Yes. And what I want to discuss in this series is some of the bigger questions that pop up in my life and probably also in your life if you're watching this, and we'll try to figure them out in this short video that I'm gonna make, probably a few minutes, I hope, maybe 20 up at most. And well, I'd really encourage, especially the young people watching this, before you scroll off right now, to stay with me for this time. I know it's gonna be a little harder because the videos are gonna have as little cuts as possible, as little effects as possible, and they're gonna be really simple and of me basically just talking on the topic. Now, what I want today's video to be about is, are you actually happy? And should we actually be happy? Now, I want to give you a bit of an introduction to how I've even come to this question. So, the previous night, I was just finishing everything up. I was after the workout and I was just going for a shower, and I was thinking of my younger self, and I was like, a question that a kid would probably put up is, are you happy in life? And I was like, well, that's simple, that's very simple to address and to explain to him, or if you should even be happy, you know. And then I thought about it and it was like, damn, this is not so easy as you would think. It's not so easy to answer it. So I was thinking and I decided to make this video. I haven't really thought much, so I am solving the problem as I go right now, but I think it's gonna be an amazing time. Either way, so there's one important distinction in life. I think everything should be done in moderation, and everything should be used and also expected at a certain time. Not, it has to be appropriate. Now, how is it with happiness and this specific thing called life? Yeah. I think if you want to achieve something, right, you have to be ambitious, you have to have dreams, you have to have goals, you have to have the motivation, you have to have the drive to reach it and to believe that you can make it while you're going there, right? Now, being someone who is trying to pursue my dreams, I can tell you that, and many of others out there will tell you as well, it's not always nice, it's not always a happy road, it's not always fun. Sometimes you will be completely done, you won't want to do anything, but you will have to do it because that's what it takes, and you ain't gonna be happy in those moments. Okay? So that's what ambition takes. That's what it costs to be ambitious and to actually try to fulfill that ambition. However, I do think there is a point where happiness comes handy here. So I suppose that you have to be ambitious about your dreams and you have to be happy to be pursuing your dreams. But you should not expect your dreams to always be nice. Like, you should not expect, like, I'm gonna be always happy now because I'm pursuing my dreams. No, that's exactly the wrong thing. You're not gonna be happy. Not all the time, because that's not what life is supposed to be. It's like rain and sun. You wouldn't think that when it's nice and warm and sunny out here like it is right now, you would not appreciate this as much if you wouldn't have winter, if you wouldn't have storms, if you wouldn't have rain, because it would be like, well, it's just another day, it's usual, you know? And I think that's a very important distinction to make. Now, I think if you should be happy, it really depends also on where in your specific pursuit of your dreams, or in which area of life you are at a certain point. Like, let's say you're just starting out, okay, and let's say you are out of shape, you're ugly. This is just a very simple example that I can give at this moment. But let's say you are out of shape, let's say you are ugly, you're not gonna be happy, and this unfulfillment and unhappiness, what did I just say, bro? What? So this unfulfillment with who you are drives you to become something else, to become better. And you should be happy then when you see new things coming in, and when you see that you're improving in all of that. And I think that when you're starting any type of journey, you will not be happy. You're not supposed to be happy. You shouldn't think of like, oh, why am I not happy? I'm pursuing my dreams. It's not supposed to go like that. When you achieve your dreams, when you live the dream life, when you have everything you've ever wanted, then you may be happy. And again, probably very soon you're not going to be happy. Happiness is a very, very, how should I say, a very fleeting feeling that is gonna come and go very, very suddenly, because, well, you cannot be happy with, it's like, if you had everything and you hadn't had any problems and you hadn't had anything to do, life would be boring. It would be boring. Yes, it would be boring, because everything would be the same all the time. I hope you do follow me here. And that's why I think happiness, even if you are successful, you won't be happy. Like, you won't be happy all the time. Maybe you'll be happy because, you can provide for your family, you're in shape, you can do many stuff that you couldn't do when you were lower down on the societal ladder, or whatever you want to call this. But you'll always search for a bigger mountain to climb, and that's natural. So yeah, this question was, at least from my side, this is all my opinion, of course. You can have your own, and I would like you, if you leave it in the comments, if you have it, and I will be pleased to read any of your ideas that you would put in the comments, of course. Now, I thought this is gonna take much more time, but to sum up, I think, yes, as I said, you should be happy that you can pursue your dreams, but at the same time, you should not expect to be happy all the time. You should not expect that the road is going to be sunshine and rainbows, It's been said so many times, everyone's been telling you, but it's not just night and day. It's not like some people tell you it's going to be hard all the time. It's not going to be hard all the time, but it's not going to be beautiful all the time. It's not going to be beautiful all the time either. It's going to be a mixture of both. Because life is like that. Life is a dance of good and evil, bad and good, hot and cold, whatever you want to call it, all of that. It's a fine dance, so I want you to keep that in mind, and that maybe what you shouldn't search in life so much, it's not happiness that you should search in life. I think, or from my personal experience, what you should search for is pride. It's being proud for being in the fight, for doing what you love and doing it even when it's hard, for taking the brave choice, that's a big one, and for like just being strong when others may not be, and even when you feel like you cannot be strong anymore. That's what you should search for, because pride in who you are becoming, pride in everything is gonna make everything so much easier. Like, if you look at life from the perspective of pride, it's gonna be so much better. Like, let's take this for example, okay? So let's say you went on a fitness journey, and I'm gonna look at this from the perspective of happiness and from the perspective of pride. Now, let's say firstly I'm gonna go for the happiness, a person that's gonna look at always being happy, and then I'm gonna look at the person who's looking for pride. Now, let's say you're on a fitness journey, okay? And you start your fitness journey and you start improving, and yeah, you're gonna be probably happy then. You're gonna be happy that you're improving and all of that. And let's say then you get an injury. You get injured, you cannot train anymore. You see how your physique is downgrading and all of that. The sad parts are gonna kick in, and you will be down if you were searching for only happiness. And then you will look at your body when you can go back and train once you're healed, and you'll be like, oh man, I've been here. Why do I have to do this again? And you're not gonna be happy. And then you may lose motivation because you may lose motivation for doing it again because I'm not happy. I have to do this all again, and then maybe this happens again and I'm not gonna be happy. That's just not a life to live. Now, if you look for pride, however, when you will start training, when you will start improving, you will be proud. You will be proud that you did this, that you are on this journey, and that you are trying to do it even when you can't, even when you think you can't do it anymore. And then you get an injury, and you will push through that injury, and all of the days, they may be so bad for you, but when you will look back at this, once you're out of that, once you're healed, you'll be like, I'm proud I went through that. I am so proud I went through that. And this just gives me the motivation to go back in there, to be proud again from coming here back to the top where I was. And I think that's why looking at life through the lens of pride rather than happiness, pure happiness, is a much better way to do it and to view your life. Now, the perspective through which you look at your life is very important. It always is. You should learn to manipulate the situation in your favor. So, no matter, let's say even the fact like you should blame yourself for anything that happens to you. Why is that good? Well, you might think, well, this is bad, like someone shoots me in my leg. I was the one who was responsible for this to happen. And like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I wasn't. But well, if you take that, when you say, I am the one responsible for this, you're also then responsible for your getting better from that injury, let's say, in this specific situation. Rather than looking at it, he's the one, he should fix this. And you're moaning and you're being defensive that he was the one who did this and you have nothing to do with this. Why does this happen? Why does this have to happen to me? You lose the power over the situation. So it's all about the lens. No matter what happens, you should look at life through a positive lens, no matter what it takes, because that's how you improve. You improve by having a positive outlook on your own life and a positive outlook on how you will approach this situation, and that a positive mindset that you can go through this no matter what it is, if it's good, if it's bad, if it's whatever it is. So that's something that I want to leave you with today. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this short session. If you enjoy this type of stuff, and definitely check out my shorts, because they are also quite engaging to say, and shorter clips of information and motivation and all of that. So hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and see you in the next one. Bye guys.